Yo, I just came from down at the Pink, y'all, and it was lit. The girls was going off. Tina Snow was down there. Lil Murder, I mean, they were putting on. But y'all already know how it always go down. Every time we go to the Pink, it was a fight. So I had to get out of there. But y'all know I gotta let y'all know what went down tonight. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, QueensteezTV, and I am back with another video. So y'all already know it is time for another P-Valley recap, okay? So y'all, we're gonna get into this episode, which is episode 9, titled Snow. So we know that our girl Tina Snow, aka Meg the Stallion, was in this episode. Y'all, it was kind of slow, but they was just leading us into the grand finale, which we already know it is gonna be crazy because this entire season has been keeping us on the edge of our seats, okay? If you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, check out our story time, you know, all this stuff. And just to let y'all know, I do have another story time coming on this Wednesday, so stay tuned. Hit that like button, and yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in the video. Bye.
I'm so cute. You be dragging on this beat.
So y'all, the episode opens up with our song M.I. Crooked letter, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, crooked. Y'all, that is actually a really good song, like, for it to come from a show character. They are really, like, I don't even know what to say, y'all. P-Valley is just popping. Like, that's something you can play in your car, okay? I ain't even from Mississippi, but I be rapping Mississippi when I hear that song. Anyway, so the episode opened up with the girls twerking and jingling that thing. And the screen pans, and who do we see sitting in the chair like they is the king? None other than that daggone Andre, okay? So, come to find out, this is Andre's campaign video. So, I'm like, okay, now he campaigning with the strippers. First, they trying to take the Pink away, and now he's sitting there, you know, having a twerk session. So, y'all, this is what he's using as his campaign commercial. And then it posed to them being actually at the polls. So while they out with the poll, Andre is being, you know, interviewed, of course, but the girls from the Pink is down there making it shake. The guys is looking, the wives is popping them, telling them, you better turn around. But y'all, they are twerking for those votes. So right as Andre is doing his interview, baby, we hear something toot and coming down the street. And all you see is someone twirling around the pole. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's a part of their show. Who comes looking like a daggone dancing doll but Patrice Woodbine? Y'all, Patrice Woodbine came with her majorette outfit on. Every time I said Patrice is always pulling something out her sleeves. Like, I cannot stand this lady, but you cannot help but to laugh at her crazy self. Y'all, Patrice was working that pole, and I'm like, not the pastor, but she already told them I had a pass per. So Patrice is working that pole. She like, you know, they tried to get me the drop out of the election, baby, but it ain't gonna work. She got up, she started preaching. She said, they tried to bribe me, but I'm coming out with the ducats. Y'all know Patrice had the daggone money guns, and she spread money into the crowd. Y'all already know people love money, so they're no longer paying Andre any mind. They getting that money off the ground, okay? But y'all already know Corbin is out there. Corbin is pissed because the last episode we know that Corbin gave her the money to drop out of the race. So Corbin is mad. I would have call her Haley, Autumn, whatever y'all want to call her. She thinks it's funny, but I really do think it is funny because Patrice is very crafty, and we have to give it to her at that point. Like, that was a slick move. So we gotta give, even though we don't like Patrice, you know, we gonna give her a point for that. So 1 point for Patrice. Next thing that we see is poor Grandma Ernestine, who is still in the hospital. Of course, she's in there watching the news and watching everything that is going on with the election, because this is the big night. We know if the pink is either going to be on the auction block or not. So while Grandma's in the hospital, you got your hospital workers that are, you know, dressed in their full PPE, which is their personal protective equipment, for those of you who don't know. But they're in their full PPE, taking care of her, because we know that she has Miss Rona, and more than likely she's in the Miss Rona unit. But Grandma is still having all of her hallucinations, and she keeps seeing her daughter, who is trying to bring her over to the other side. And Miss Ernestine is pretty much adamant that she is not ready to go. But while she's hallucinating, she starts fighting on the nurse, and actually she like breaches her PPE, if all her mask and everything falls off in the room, and they have to restrain her. So the nurse was just trying to give her some medication, but a glass drops, and I'm like, oh dang. No sooner than a glass drop, they saying I done hit you and some Gucci flip flops. So I'm like, oh my goodness, none other than Cliff and Murder. I'm like, look, these two in this little honeymoon phase that they got going on, y'all, it is just like never ending. I'm like, okay, y'all, like, okay, y'all in love. You two little birdies need to just, you know, come out and just be happy. Y'all, we get to see Little Murder being so nice and sweet to Cliff. He make him breakfast and all of this stuff. So I'm like, y'all, Little Murder is actually a really, really nice guy. And he actually treats Cliff, you know, kind of okay when he's, you know, not trying to front on him. But they have an okay relationship. Something that I found to be really funny during this episode, when he made him the grits, Cliff was like, what you put in your grits? And Lord Murder told him butter and sugar. Yes, for all you people out there that be saying, y'all be talking about salt, pepper, seasoning, all, cheese, all this stuff going grits. No, butter and sugar goes in grits. Fight me about it. So I feel like that's funny, because that's an ongoing debate in the black community, what goes in grits. We see it all the time on Instagram and Facebook. So they let us know butter and sugar goes in grits. Period. But y'all, they're sitting there talking, having one of their talks like they always do. And Uncle Cliff kind of comes around to ask Lord Murder, you know, how does it feel to not be hood famous anymore and to have the whole world kind of know who you are? Not the whole, you know what I mean. Basically, and Little Murder lets him know, like, you know, it's kind of scary. He's like, because you got all these people thinking that they know you and they don't know you. And Uncle Cliff gives him a piece of advice. He lets him know the best thing that you can do is not try to be everybody's cup of tea. And I was like, yo, that is facts. And I can also resonate with that. I'm not saying that I'm famous or whatever, but, you know, doing YouTube and stuff like that, people always getting on here thinking that they know you, thinking that they know stuff about you because you post, you know, videos and stuff, and people are, you know, sharing opinions that you don't ask them for and saying all type of things to you and rude things. And y'all know how people be, just Twitter fingers and doing all that. And I'm like, yeah, these people don't know you. So a lot of times, you know, you ain't out here to please everybody. Everybody ain't going to be pleased with you. And guess what? It just is what it is. You either like it or you don't, and if you don't, you got the boots to the bye-bye. So I felt like that was, you know, a great piece of advice to him. He's basically let him know, you don't have to change who you are because somebody don't like what you got to say or what you have to do. So we hope that Little Murder takes that with him as he continues on and continues to grow in the music industry. And then we move on to the mastermind, Autumn herself, who has the master plan. And she is talking with Mississippi and making sure that she has all of her things in order to make this night go smoothly so she can get away. With them talking, Autumn lets Mississippi know, like, yeah, I know you get ready to transition and move on to something different, and I am too. So when I was looking at this part, I was like, yo, I really think that the reason that Autumn, like, really doesn't have like any feelings or, you know, any like strong ties to anyone, is the reason why she kind of doesn't care what happens to the Pink. Like, the Pink has sentimental values to everyone there. Of course, to Uncle Clifford, to Mississippi, to Mercedes, to Diamond, to everybody who works there. They have a reason why they work there. That feels like home. And I feel like because Autumn never really had a home, and honestly, we don't even know who she is. We don't know if Autumn is her name, if Haley is her name. Like, she has no identity. So I feel like being that she really has no identity, that things really don't hold that much value to her. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. It's sorry, it's sad to you, but you know, it is what it is. Kind of makes her strong, but also it kind of makes me feel sad for her that I'm like, you don't have anything like really to hold on to. But your Autumn, like, I'm be trying to be like, I don't like her, but I don't know. I feel like she's looking for love, but like all of them are, right? All of them are looking for something, very much something. They're all looking for something, and right now the something that Autumn wants is money. After Mississippi's conversation with Autumn, she goes to the kitchen where she wants something to drink, and who does she run into? Diamond. So you can feel this tension as well as this chemistry between the two. Every time they see each other is so awkward, and you know, all that stuff. So basically Mississippi just wanted her water filled up, and Diamond was there to do it. So Diamond realized that Mississippi was actually still wearing his necklace, the necklace that he gave her for her own protection. And you know, while they in the middle of all this, Lurky McLurklurks wanna be seen, Big Bone has to make her presence known. Like, girl, Mississippi was not paying you no mind. So y'all, she really irritated me, but that was like, okay, girl, you just want to make your presence known. She's like, yeah, Diamond, tell, I know she might be thirsty, but I'm hungry. So Mississippi looking like, girl, if it was me, I would have been like, yeah, and you're still hungry. And we all know that the entire crew is at the Pink because they're all preparing for the grand opening of the Pink. So they're in there practicing their routine. So we know we got Roulette and Whisper who have been killing it, okay? Mississippi is there because she is the headliner, but we know that that's really her escape plan. And then we got poor Mercedes, y'all. I feel so bad for Mercedes because she just cannot get it together. Like, while she's up there trying to practice, you know, she almost falls to where Keyshawn has to abort mission before Mercedes literally falls on her. But we know that Mercedes is trying to hold down her spot. She is trying to let them know that she is still in charge of the grass. Are you in charge of the grass? I am in charge of the grass. So y'all, she is like, no, I'm not feeling it. I'm not, you know, backing up these other hussies. And yeah, so Roulette kind of lets her know, like, look, girl, you're stripping way past your prime. Why don't you just go ahead and give it up? So y'all already know Mercedes is not taking no back talk, and especially not from no new girls. That is her club. You know, not her club, but you know, she is the number one. She's the head honcho in that club, and they know that. But I also think that Mercedes is coming to the realization that her time is up. And y'all know that Autumn always has to put her 2 cents in something because now she want to be this super extraordinary manager. So y'all know her and Mercedes have been getting into it a lot more. And Mercedes is letting her know, like, the reason that I can't do what I've been doing is because of you. Because of what transpired because of you in this club. So she said that's 7 pounds of pressure. When I pulled that trigger, and y'all, I was like, oh, everybody is just looking like, why are you talking this much? But Mercedes has reached her limit with her. But y'all know who's lurking, who's listening to everything? Big Bone. And y'all, the more she is just making her presence known, I feel like in this last episode, in the next episode, which is going to be episode 10, which is probably the last episode, she is going to show her hand. And as we've already predicted, we know that she's a part of Montavious' crew. Like, at this point, she is making it known she's a part of Montavious' crew, and she has been listening and gathering information about everyone. So with Mercedes doing this big revelation, I think that it is just gathering way more evidence for Big Bone to either take back the Texas or for Texas to come to the pink, which also Tina Snow coming to the pink is Texas coming to the pink. Montavious' crew might be coming to the pink, honey. As Uncle Clifford is trying to, you know, break up the grass fighting, Whisper is just like, you know, bad stuff always happens on nights like this. So we know that Whisper is in touch with her spiritual side or clairvoyant. So that was a little bit of foreshadowing for what was to come later on at the grand reopening. And yeah, so all the girls left. Mississippi went, you know, back to the back. And Mississippi has just been doing a lot of thinking. It's a lot on her mind. This is her escape night. And she runs into Big Bone by accident. Now, really, Big Bone shoulder checked her on purpose. Like, because she's just trying to make her presence known. She's trying to let Mississippi know that, okay, I'm watching you. I know who you are. And, yeah. Do I really think that she knows what happened between Mississippi and Diamond and all them? No, I don't really think she knows exactly what happened. I think that Big Bone may think that Mississippi has something to do with Montavious when that's not the case. Her and Diamond stuff had to do with Dirk. And I'm almost certain that Diamond did not tell her what transpired between them two. Like, so Big Bone, I think she's doing a lot of assuming. And hopefully somebody put a pause on her before she's able to do whatever she came to do. So while she's sitting there going back and forth with Mississippi, she was like, yeah, ain't you supposed to leave tomorrow? So mind you, this plan is supposed to be a secret. So she lets her know, like, yeah, the walls got ears, but the walls talk also. So I'm like, oh my goodness. This girl has been lurking around just trying to gather information, which gave me way more insight to know that, yeah, she a spy. And yeah, hopefully she gets dealt with. So yeah, Big Bone, we still not feeling you, so we know that after the big fight, Mercedes stormed out. Her and Uncle Cliff, you know, had a quick conversation, and then Mercedes gets a text message from Farrah telling her to come to Memphis. Now, I don't know if Mercedes thought that she was getting ready to go and, you know, finish her whole Mercedes experience. But actually, when she arrived to Memphis, she walked into a art gallery and she seen the Mercedes experience. And it was all of the photos that Farrah took of her. And y'all, when I was looking at it, I was like, wow, like, this is really beautiful. So I really like what they made stand out. It was, as she was walking in, it was kind of like she was in awe. But they made it clear for you to hear the whispers of people saying, oh my goodness, she's so strong. She's so beautiful. I could never do that. Like, finding her inner strength and what was going on. So as Mercedes is looking at herself, she really can't believe it. But Farrah comes over and she reveals to her that, you know, she's getting a divorce from the coach. And she kind of thanks Mercedes and lets her know that, you know, through this messed up situation with him, I found my strength. I found my voice. And yeah, this is what I've done. So y'all know that, you know, they was fool out lying around and all of that. So Farrah tried to let her know, like, you know, can we get it on again? And Mercedes is like, no, that was just business. She like, sighed, you know, I liked it a little bit, but no. So Mercedes goes to sit by this one photo of her. And y'all, when I say this photo was amazing, like, I hope that if this was a real photo, that they let the actual actress Brandy Evans take the picture home, because that picture was amazing. And Mercedes actually had the time to sit, to think, and to admire her work, which was her. So in this moment, I think Mercedes felt like, whoa, even though my plan really didn't work, I have something else greater coming to me. So I love that. It was a very empowering scene, not only for Farrah, but for Mercedes as well. And I hope that, you know, she gets some gigs, some other things from this whole Mercedes experience. And let's hope that our girl Mercedes is taking off. Did this get renewed for season 3? It need to be. But let's hope she is taking off in season 3 and she is doing her thing, because we know that she has been through a lot to try to get where she's going. So it flashes back to the club, and we know that all of the girls are trying to get ready. So Boss Lady Autumn is going through, looking at the final touches, making sure everything is straight. And y'all, the outfits that they got for the girls, aka the flaws, is trash. I was looking at it like, that do not look cute, and I don't want to see nobody in that. So Autumn lets the house mom know, like, this what you plan on selling to the girls. You need to go get something else. But y'all, I was cracking up when she gave her money to go to Rainbow, y'all. I said not Rainbow. I said not Rainbow. But after she gave her the money and all of this, y'all, Autumn gets sick. And she runs to go throw up. And at that moment, I was like, ooh. Ooh, girl. Ooh, you is pregnant, y'all. Autumn is pregnant by Andre. I was like, ooh, they throwing a wrench all up and through the thing. But while Autumn is sitting there on the toilet, none other than Whisper comes in and she asks her, are you ready for twins? So y'all know that she's psychic. So she let Autumn know, girl, you is pregnant with twins. Oh my goodness, y'all. What is going to go down? We know that Andre is still married. Andre is running for mayor. Andre's wife is in Atlanta with her cheating tail self. This is getting ready to be a bit. So, y'all, we finally get to it. This is the night of the grand opening. And y'all know that Lauren Hawkins, aka the health inspector, whatever she is out there regulating, because the pink is not to be at over 50% capacity. So she out there, you know, making sure they are not letting too many people in. But y'all already know the pink is over capacity. This is the popping place to be. So y'all, the whole crew, like, main gang is all deep up and through there. And when I saw the pregnant lady, I was like, why is a pregnant lady coming out to the strip club? But come to find out, she had on the same color as Main's gang. So I was like, this is most likely Pico's baby mother, because he let us know in the last episode, like, yo, my girl is pregnant, when he told Lil Murda, like, do not do this. Lil Murda didn't care. So I was like, uh-oh. I said, I already know it's getting ready to be some mess, because Maine and his crew is in there deep. So Uncle Clifford is in the back. He's laying down the rules. He's letting them know, I do not want anything that went down last time. Y'all gonna go out here. Y'all gonna get that money. And as he giving his speech, cough, 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 sneezing, none other than Toy. She's still sick, y'all. She is still sick. Uncle Clifford went berserk. So he told her, get her tail out of the pink, because she literally is killing his grandmother. Like, my grandmother is on my deathbed because of you having the Rona. So he kicks Toy out, and the next thing you know, they like, did you know it was a concert going on here tonight? And Uncle Clifford is totally blindsided, like, like, what are you talking about? Lil Murda has posted that him and Tina Snow is going on tour, and the first stop is the pink. So I was like, okay, it is definitely about to be some drama tonight. Lil Murda and his gang is in there, HVH, and Maine and his gang is in there, which we know they are rivals. So I'm already expecting this night to go crazy. So So they show Tina and all them arrival, Lord Murder and them arrival. Maine and them is sitting there, you know, scoping them out. They like, yeah, they thinking that he did what he did to Pico, which he did do it, but they don't have no proof that he did it. But it is a very high suspicion, and they are literally just waiting him out. And after they arrive, Uncle Cliff pulls Lord Murder to the side, and he like, look, I don't want no drama. Don't start nothing. It won't be nothing. Like, I'm not for that tonight. And he's like, who are you to be, you know, telling me what to do in my club? So they out there flirting and all of this. And of course, Tina Snow comes out. But she don't even realize that them two are flirting with each other. I think she probably get like a little inkling, but you know, not really paying too much mind. So Uncle Clifford is a little jealous because Tina got him driving the boat and all of that. And then they come and let Uncle Clifford know, hey, you got a client up in the Paradise Room. So at that point, Lord Murder is like, you got a client in the Paradise Room. So y'all, he gets a little jealous because he's like, yeah, what you talking? When you start doing that? So y'all, I was like, that was another little cute moment. They never fail to have like these cute little like couple moments between them two that really make you kind of chuckle when you watch this show. So I was like, oh my goodness, who is up in the Paradise Room waiting for Uncle Clifford? Then the next thing, it pans to Toy and Whisper, and Toy is just crying her heart out because like a lot of people during the pandemic, everybody was down and out. She's like, look, I ain't been working all this time. My house is getting ready to be, I was gonna say house, her car getting ready to be repoed. She getting ready to get put out her house, and she really needs the money. So Whisper is trying to console her, and then our girl, Big Bad Roulette, comes through. So Whisper is telling Roulette, like, hey, can you help her out? You know, she is pretty much down and out. And Roulette was like, girl, feel sorry for you. But we see Roulette stop, and she kind of sizes Toy up. So she gives Toy a wad of money, and Toy is looking like, you know, what did I do to, you know, deserve this? Or more so the question, what do I have to do for this? So Roulette, you know, kind of let her know. She was like, nah, just take this money as a advance. So we already know what Roulette is about to do to her. She's about to have Toy working for her. And I'm like, oh my goodness. This is just about to go down the rabbit hole because we already know that Terrence is after Roulette and Whisper for what went down last episode. Next, we see Uncle Clifford walking up to the Paradise Room, and who is sitting in there, y'all? Corbin. So Corbin is pretty much in the Paradise Room, and he is begging Uncle Clifford to let him be serviced in the Paradise Room, but he wants Uncle Clifford to do it. So I was just like, Corbin, you know that he is not feeling you. Like, why would you even come back here? And that was kind of the same sentiments that Uncle Clifford had. He was like, you know, I don't deal with you like that. Like, you know, you are banned from coming in here. But Corbin, you know, upped the ante, and he let him know. He was like, listen, I'm pretty much begging you, and I'll give you $250,000 for you to, he opens the chest, he want to be whipped. So if y'all watch season 1, y'all know in the Paradise Room, that is what Corbin enjoyed. That's what he wanted. That was his thing. So Uncle Clifford's like, for $250,000? Oh yeah, you already know I'm gonna oblige. But the whole significance of the amount of the $250,000 was that was how much it costed for Autumn to buy the club. So I feel like he's trying to give Uncle Clifford some leverage, but I'm trying to figure out what is Corbin's game. So we know that Corbin's brother is running. Corbin is paying for the campaign for Andre, but then he's also giving Uncle Clifford money under the table to kind of give him the leverage, maybe to buy back the club, maybe, like, we don't know what's going on. But y'all, when Corbin wanted to be whipped, right, I was like, okay, you already are half black and half white. You get mistreated by your half by your half white side, your white brothers don't mess with you like that, but you enjoy being whipped, which is kind of like your brothers and stuff already beat you up. It's the South. They got you owning the cotton plantation. So it's kind of like Corbin is kind of like playing into their role. But y'all, it also made me think, have y'all watched 50 Shades of Grey? And remember when, I don't know if y'all, like, if y'all had to see all 3 movies, but y'all know how basically Christian Grey kind of got into that whole submissive, dominant submissive lifestyle, because basically it was trauma. So he was saying that his mom's friend did something to him, used to do that to him, and then he started doing it to other people to have power, to really gain his power back. So that, what Corbin did, that made me think about 50 Shades of Grey, and I was like, okay, it's Corbin's trauma that is making him like this kink. But I was like, yeah, Corbin got a lot of issues. But I was like, if you like it, then I love it. And if somebody was offering me $250,000, yeah, I'ma beat you. I'ma beat you. So next we see Andre and them in the little VIP room, and they are toasting to him being mayor. So Corbin comes back, and we can see on the back of his shirt that Corbin is bleeding. So that means that he has gotten whipped until he's bled. So I was like, oh my goodness, like, Corbin. But anyway, it's not about Corbin. So Andre goes up to give his speech at the grand reopening because he wants these votes from the people down at the Pink. So, you know, it's no other way to get your votes than to what? Get off the phone and get in the field. So he went out there and got in the field. He did his little speech. He did a little dry twerk and then left. He was just being funny. So him and Autumn is backstage. You know, he trying to slap her down because I really think that he is in love with Autumn. But we know that our girl Autumn Night is just playing him. I think she really like him, but I think she's playing him also. She's just trying to, you know, moving on up. She's trying to move on up to the east side. But, you know, he kind of goes in and rubs her belly, you know, not knowing, but he was giving her, you know how it be coming. He don't know that the girl was pregnant, or maybe he do, because he did make, you know, a little comment that kind of suggested, like, maybe he got an idea of what's going on, but they decided to leave. They already handled their business, so they was like, you know, let's just go back and literally just watch the votes to see if you become the mayor tonight. It is time to get it on and popping. Uncle Cliff comes out to let them know that the show is about to get started. So y'all, Tina Snow comes out to perform. She's rocking it. Miss Mississippi is up there doing her thing. Roulette is up there doing her thing. Whisper is up there doing her thing. Y'all, and the show is going great. So after Tina Snow finishes performing, then she brings out Lord Murder. So we know before this, Maine's crew is deep in here. So I'm like, uh-oh, when is it going to pop off? We know something is going to pop off, but when? So he gets up there, and as he's performing, y'all, Mississippi is going off. Like, she is letting the grass have it. As she's doing it, we see that Mercedes is in the crowd just in awe and just watching her do her thing, because now we know officially the torch has been passed. Mercedes is done. So Maine asked Mercedes, like, why you not up there? He like, dang, our girl is really going hard. Like, this is her last dance. And Mercedes says, you know, it very well might be. So when he asked her, like, why you not up there? She was like, you know, sometimes it's just best for you to sit back and admire the art. And y'all, stripping really is a work of art, because some of the stuff that they be doing, I be like, oh wow, they are really strong. Y'all went to a pole class once, baby. I had pole burn. I was like, it is no way that this could ever be my career, honey. So shout out to all the strippers far and wide. If any of my followers are strippers, yeah, girl, do your thing, baby, do your thing, girl, cause you is strong. But y'all, while Lord Murder and all them are performing, of course, Lord Murder crew get into it with Main crew. They get into a argument, and then Main throws the first punch, and cracks it off. As they are fighting, people rush the stage because, of course, they want to get Lord Murder because they suspect that he is the one who did Pico in. And in the midst of them trying to bum rush the stage to get to Lord Murder, they knock poor Keyshawn down. Y'all, I was cracking up, y'all. The strippers was up on the pole, baby. When they got the fight, and them girls was like, zoop. Like they was firemen. They was like abort mission, y'all. They slid down them poles so fast and ran to the back. But of course we know, poor little Mississippi, she got caught in a crossfire and she was just on the floor, just, you know, in a fetal position because she was scared. And I would have been scared too, especially knowing what happened last time. What she goes through on a daily basis, like that is just not a good predicament to be in. But none other than Diamond comes to save the day, and he comes and whisks his boo away. So, you know, being that Diamond was her knight in shining armor and came to save her again, she slapped him down. But while she was kissing him, y'all, because this was a long kiss, I was like, I know Lurky McLurk-Lurks is lurking around. And y'all, that's exactly what was going down. Big Bone seeing the whole thing go down, and you could kind of tell in her face that she was hurt. So we know that she came to do a job, but I think she didn't want to catch feelings for Diamond, but she did. So this is kind of rubbing her the wrong way. So it's like, at this point, we don't know what she might do, because I think, you know, she was kind of swaying towards, you know, just being with Diamond and maybe abort a mission. But after that kiss, Big Bone might definitely be about to tell it all. All this is going on. Everybody gets to the back. Everybody gets away. And Diamond and his security crew is clearing out the club. So Lil Murder goes into the back, into Uncle Cliff's office. And y'all, he is so mad. He's just yelling and screaming and going off about everything, because he like, yeah, they think they gonna run up on me. I do what I did again. So he slips out and says what he did. He didn't say who he did it to, but we know it's Pico. And Uncle Cliff is like, hold up, is that what you had me help you cover up? And Lil Murder is like, no, not that time. That ain't what happened that time. No, not that time. That ain't what happened that time. No, that ain't. Like, so we know he's still very traumatized about Big T, but it was just the fact that he kept repeating that. You could tell that he was in like a trance because he was so upset. But I was like, being like that, being off your rocker like that is how you get people in trouble and from running your mouth. So I was like, we don't know what's going to come from this, because, y'all, I literally just thought, hold up. What if Big Bone is an undercover detective? What if she's not from Montavious' crew? What if she the police? Because she definitely giving police vibes. Think about that. Let me know what y'all think about this one. After Lil Murder leaves and storms out, Uncle Clifford is so mad he goes and knocks something down. And with this, he finds Big L supply. So, y'all, he is fuming because he asked Big L, do not be running this stuff out of my club. You could get me shut down. But we know Big L didn't pay him any mind because he wanted the money. And then Duffy, was it me or Duffy seemed like he was loaded? He was hiding a Cooter Brown this whole episode. Like, he was definitely giving Fiend vibes. I was like, what is wrong with him? Like, I think he's using his own supply. So, yeah, that really didn't go over too well. Big L and Uncle Clifford got into it. And Uncle Clifford let him know, like, yo, you want to be the plug, but the plug life is not good. He said, that's how your daughter end up dead and you end up in a river. So when Uncle Clifford said that, it made me think, is this what happened to his mom? Because he was really, really, really mad to the point that he fired Big L. And we know that all of the things that they've been through together. So when he said that specifically about, that's how your dad end up in the river and you end up dead trying to do this, it made me think, like, is he talking about his mom and her dad, which is his grandfather? Because we know that they owned the juke joint. It's right down the river. He was saying all the stuff that, you know, kind of happened to his family. So it made me think, is this what happened to his mom? Is that who he was referring to? So we don't have a story of what happened to his mom, but I don't know. Y'all keep that in mind. Just let me know if y'all kind of got that from that. If y'all think it had something to do with his mom and grandfather or what. But that was my thought on it. Y'all, Haley and Andre makes it home. They slamming each other down because, you know, they just can't wait to get home. And we know that Autumn had the intentions of letting him know that she was pregnant. But y'all, while they are so deep into their long, passionate kiss, click, the light switch goes on. And who is sitting there? None other than his wife. I'm like, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Girl, what you doing down here? So it pans back to the club, and y'all, Uncle Clifford is just literally just going through a ball of emotions. And when it seems like his whole world is crashing down, he gets a phone call from the hospital, and it seems like he can't really hear what they're saying, but I think that it was bad news, and they were letting him know that grandma did not make it. So granted, it didn't say that, but what is implied is that grandmother did not make it. Mercedes and Lord Murder end up having a moment in the Paradise Room, and Lord Murder asked her, like, you know, why weren't you out there tonight? And she lets him know that you cannot dance when you are scared to fall. And Lord Murder lets her know that sometimes falling be your biggest blessing. Which we know for Mercedes, her taking that big fall, her being with the coach, really literally led to her biggest blessing. So we know that both of them are about to take changes into their career path. And before, I thought it was real funny that before we know that Mercedes listened to Lord Murder's song, and she let him know if it was trash or not. So he was like, do you mind listening to this new song to me? He said, because whatever you say, you are literally the queen of the South. So whatever you say, they gonna mess with it. So if it has your stamp of approval, then I know it's a go. So Mercedes like, what, you ain't bobbing with Keyshawn no more? Because what, you trying to take Mercedes out on the road? Do y'all think he gonna try to take Mercedes out on the road? It was kind of sort of giving that, but I really hope that Mercedes goes into a different direction. You know, she could actually open up like a little pole studio or something. Like, I don't know. But let me know what y'all think. I think that he was trying to take her out on the road, but it could be a good idea. It could. We had to see. All of these people are fighting. People are running everywhere in the parking lot. Y'all know what it say. When they get to the parking lot, don't let nobody get to their trunk. So they still out there fighting and all of this. Diamond come out and let them know, y'all break it up. If y'all want to fight, if y'all want to do street stuff, don't do it at the Pink. Go y'all separate ways. So while he's clearing it out, we see Big Bone sitting on her motorcycle, and she is going through pictures of her and Diamond laying in a bed, and she is just reminiscing. But we also see a picture of her laying in the bed with him with Montavious' ring. When I saw that picture, I was like, bruh, she is definitely from his crew. And I was like, she is definitely about to spill tea. So we see that she has her finger over the send button. And I'm like, who is she about to send this message to? Because everything is going to come crashing down. And I really think that the reason that she's going to send this over is because she saw Diamond with Miss Mississippi. And we know that she is jealous. Like, she's feeling jealous. She thought that they had something going on, but, you know, they really don't. Also, in the parking lot, we see Pico, baby mama, and she is telling Maine, like, yo, Lord Murder did this to Pico. She said, I could feel it way down in my bones. And you know what they say, women's intuition does not lie. And y'all, they are going to be coming after him. Okay. We gonna have to see, but I feel like this next episode, everything is going to blow up. So we know that everyone is literally still in the club, and it goes back to Keyshawn being in the dressing room, and she is crying because this is the end. This is the escape plan. Derek is at work. Her children are with her sister, and this is the last time that she's going to see anyone at the Pink, because she is to literally disappear and not let anyone know where she's going. So she goes over to Mercedes's vanity. She sees a picture of her, Gidget, and Mercedes, and she goes to write that they are sisters for life, and she's gonna leave. But Uncle Clifford comes in. He's also crying as well, because it is implied that he just got some news that grandma passed away. But he's kind of trying to hold it together. So he let her know, like, look, you was going to leave without saying bye to me. And she's like, you know, it's just really hard. And he let her know, life is hard and life is unpredictable, but you take care of yourself. This is, you know, the only chance that you have. Leave. Literally leave. So after she goes, she gives him a hug. Y'all can see that, you know, they're just hurting. And it's just like, even though you can be mad at somebody that you really, really love, like, you still care about them and care about their well-being. So after they give each other a hug, which is their last goodbye, Uncle Clifford just sits down, and we can see so much pain in his face. We know that his whole world is crashing down, and this is if Grandma Ernestine has passed away. We don't know that she's passed away, and maybe we'll find out in the last episode, but I think she did, or maybe she had a cold or went in the cardiac arrest or something like that. But for the most part, Uncle Clifford's whole world is crashing down. This is possibly the last night that they may be in the Pink, because we know that the mayoral campaign will be over tonight. They're going to find out who is the mayor. The Pink will be up for sale again. And yeah, Clifford literally has nothing again. So his club will be gone. His grandmother will be gone. Lil Murda will be gone, because he's going on tour. But we know all of the things that Lil Murda has done and have been a part of, which could possibly have him gone for longer than expected. But Mississippi is gone. Mercedes is gone. Big L is gone. Like, everything that he knows and loves is gone. And the episode cuts out to be continued. So, y'all, I feel like this episode was so good. And I feel like it is leading us up until a big bang. I'm really curious to know what's going to go down with Andre, his wife, Autumn. Is Autumn going to tell Andre that she's pregnant? Is the wife coming to try to get back with him now that she see that he might be about to be the mayor? Do we think that Mississippi is going to get away? Like, I'm rooting for her. We're all rooting for her. But for some reason, I feel like Diamond is going to come back into play with this. For some reason, I feel like Diamond is going to come back, because I just don't know. Derek is very, very slick. And Derek could have said he was at work, but y'all, I don't know, y'all. It's just getting too hectic with Mississippi. I'm hoping that Mercedes does take this Mercedes Experience art exhibit as an opportunity and start going off. We gotta see what's up with Lord Murda and HVH and Maine and his crew and the baby mama. It's definitely going to be some more mess surrounding all of that. Y'all, Corbin is getting on my nerves, y'all, because Corbin is doing a bit too much for me. So, y'all, Corbin is back on his mess. So, we gonna have to see what's up with him. And I don't know, y'all. Leave me y'all predictions down. Tell me what y'all think is going to go down in the next episode. And I will see you guys then. Also, if you have not already hit that like button, hit it right now. Likes help me out, and likes keep me coming back. So if you want me to keep coming back, then hit that like button. But y'all, thank you. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.